Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Una. I do project panning and other related content, and today I'm doing an update for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. It's only been a couple weeks since I filmed the last one, but we're back. I just like to say it's really bothering me how much the lighting makes it look this eye is super dark and this eye is not. They look the same in real life, I promise, but my lighting in this room is a little bit funky. And you can just really tell. So anyway, let's get into it. I have some pretty exciting rollouts, although no pans this update, but hopefully we can keep it going. First shade is from the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. So the first update, this had 8 uses. Last update, this had 14 uses. And here it is now with 25 uses exactly, which is my goal. You can't really tell because of the packaging. There is a little bit of a dip. I used a pretty small brush to apply this, but not very much. And this is rolling out. I did enjoy this. I have had this palette in this project many times. 1, 2, 3 shades at least. Oh, 4 actually. 4 of these shades have been in the project. You can only really see progress in a couple of them. The colorful shades are very pigmented, and I'm not a super colorful eyeshadow person. I'm not like a neutral person, but I'm just not like a bright colorful eyeshadow person. Yeah, and pretty much not every time, about half the time I also use this shade, which I don't think I had ever really used, like maybe twice before this project. So there's like a little bit of a dip in there too. But yeah, anyway, this is rolling out. It's been in for a while, so it's really satisfying to roll it out, and I'm excited to roll something new in and change up my color story a little bit because there's not a lot that goes with this color. For a while that was kind of cool. I'm wearing it in my outer corner today on top of brown to kind of just make it like a cool bluey brown type of thing. And I definitely do want to continue to use it more, but just like not have it in this project, you know? Not all the time. All right, next is the shade Cosmos. The first update, this had 15 uses, and here it is now. It looks about the same. Like I said, this is super flaky, so it kind of just smushes around. And it has 29 uses actually. I hit the 25 use goal earlier than I thought, and then I just kept using it because I had another shade in this project that was complimentary. I'm wearing this on my like inner portion today. This is very sheer, very sparkly, very annoying to apply because it is so flaky, like I think you can see. But yeah, I definitely am glad to have it, but it's annoying. It's annoying because it gets everywhere. Anyway, moving on. That's rolling out, and so is this next shade, which is the Lavender from my NYX Ultimate Brights. This is what it looked like before with 13 uses, and here it is now. I think you can tell there's like a pretty noticeable textured dip in the middle. This has been repressed so you can see that I didn't chop it up perfectly, so there's some kind of chunks that you can kind of see. You can also see little sparkles of Cosmos in it because it gets everywhere. And I've used this 26 times, so just barely over the goal. But yeah, this definitely applies a little bit pinker than it looks in the pan, and it was fun to use, and I will hopefully try and hit pan on it this year since I have this nice dip, and I know these pans aren't too deep. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I liked having it for the winter, and I'm also happy to have it rolling out because I have used it a lot. All right, the next 3 are staying in, and the first is Soleil from my Jackie Aina palette. This is what it looked like last month with 8 uses, and here it is now. You can definitely see a dip. This has 23 uses on it, and I could have pushed for the last uses to get to 25, but I would like to hit pan on this. Anyway, I just want to push it a little bit further, and it's a super easy inner corner shade to use, so I'm happy to keep it in for another round. And just leave it in until the next update, and then I'll probably roll it out because it'll definitely be past 25 uses and probably not to pan, but it'll be a nice big dip is what I'm hoping for. Yeah, so that's Soleil. I've reached into a couple other shades in this palette, but not a ton in this past update, mostly just before. I used them a couple times and Lituation a couple times, and I think that's about it. But yeah, I'd love to see another pan in this palette. I do have 2, which is not bad at all, but you know, more is always better. So yeah. Okay, next is the shade Straight Up, which previously lived in my She's Got Solstice palette, and this is what it looked like when I rolled it in last month. And here it is now. You can definitely see it's starting to get a dip with 11 uses. So not a ton, but this is not like a favorite kind of shade of mine, especially not in the winter. But I did use it 11 times, which I'm pretty happy with in like 3 weeks. So that's not bad at all. yeah, I pulled this out just so it would be easier to put in my palettes and I wouldn't have to have a whole nother palette out. Although I do want to use this She's Got Solstice palette. Anyway, it's a whole thing. This isn't even originally from the She's Got Solstice palette. This is from Give It To Me Straight, which is why it's called Straight Up. But yeah, anyway, I've nicked it a couple times with my nail, which is not great, but I'm definitely starting to get a dip. I don't know that I will be able to hit pan in this. I'm trying to because I would like more pans and palettes, but if it's just not coming, I will probably roll it out at some point. But yeah, 11 uses. And finally is the, oh my god, I just dug my nail into another shade. Next is the Bright Pink from my NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is what it looked like when I rolled it in last month. And here it is now. Sorry for the eyeshadow on my hands, but yeah. I've used this 7 times, which is actually like more than I thought because I haven't used it like any time in the last week and a half. But yeah, it's very bright. It applies pretty much like it looks. I said I wasn't sure how it would apply. It applies like that, and I'm not a huge pink person, so this is gonna be slow moving, slow progress. Probably not very much progress in terms of making a dip, but yeah. This is definitely staying in. I might end up vetoing it at some point, but for now I'm gonna try. So that's the other shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll in 3 new shades and just totally random from my collection. And the only times I'm gonna re-roll is if it's really similar to something that's in my Pan That palette, which is mostly neutrals, and or if I just rolled it out. Even if it doesn't have pan in it, I like to take at least a month break before I roll anything in this project a second time. So let's go for it. Hopefully my spreadsheet is up to date, but I cannot be bothered to check at this point. I have to go to class soon. So I'm randomizing between 1 and 166. So here it is. It just started at 6 for some reason. And we have 126, 121, and 152. Okay, we'll see what those are. All right, I'm pretty excited about these shades, so I'm gonna pull them out and I'll be right back. Okay, this is my new color story. It's very springy, which is exciting, but it's also kind of bright. So this is Soleil Straight Up and the Bright Pink from the NYX Ultimate Brights. The universe just really wants me to use NYX Ultimate Brights right now, apparently, because there's another shade. But anyway, the next one is Tutu, which is from Menagerie. It's the only Menagerie single I own. Looks like this in the pan. This has shattered before and I repressed it, so it's not the best repress. There's like the corners kind of have some chunks missing, but I really want to hit pan on this year, so that will be a goal for that one generally. This is the yellow, the last shade from the NYX Ultimate Bright, so it's like just like a bright yellow, which I think shouldn't be too hard to use. And then I have this, which is Corrosion from Cleona, and it's like a kind of a duochrome. Oh, here's the yellow, just looks like yellow. This is Corrosion. It's kind of like a greeny nude duochrome type of thing, and I already have a dip. I can't remember if this has been in this project before or if it was a different project or what. I'll figure that out, but yeah, it's a multi-chrome. It's like yellow gold and then like kind of a greenier gold from the side. Or like blue, yeah, anyway. Whatever. But this is great. I'm also gonna try and hit pan on this, so hopefully we will have 2 pans coming up. And yeah, I do appreciate the spring vibes. It's a lot more cohesive now. The pink doesn't feel out of place. And we're just kind of shifting over to spring, which all the snow has melted, although it's supposed to snow tonight, so we'll see how that goes here. But yeah, if you have any ideas for this, of course, let me know, although I don't think it's too challenging of a color story. If you have any ideas for this project, if you think I should change anything, change my goals, change the way I roll things, whatever, let me know. I have considered adding a hand-selected shade. Right now I'm doing one from a palette without pan in it, which is this one. But yeah, I'm really excited to put these together into a little palette, and then I have to head out to class. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you will check out my playlist of all of these videos for last year, or just other videos in general if you haven't seen them. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!